Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am Janet Kadow, and today we're going to be talking about the solstice, what the solstice will bring us, and do a little meditation to align with the energy of the solstice. So, welcome. I want to move things around a little bit. I'm not quite comfortable. So, I've been trying to set things up for camera, but it's hard to do anyway. I don't want to complain. Let's not do that. Anyway, so let me know if you can't hear me, if there's any problems, any audio problems, anything like that. I don't have my usual headset on. I'm using this little mic, and I'm not quite sure how that's going to look or how that's going to work for everything. So thank you, Micah. Welcome. So when we talk about the solstice, we're talking basically about a time that, the darkest time of the year. Traditionally, people brought in the light. So that's why there's Christmas lights and things like that, because they're bringing the light in to call the light back into the world so that we don't have, darkness forever. And also they'll bring the greenery into the house to celebrate the coming of life in the spring, those kinds of things. So it may be counterintuitive to celebrate the light on the darkest day of the year, but that's the way that the traditions worked. So what we're going to do today is I wanted to talk also about the Christ light, the Christ within. Beatrix had a teaching that we're embracing the Christ within on Christmas, like we're becoming born on Christmas Day, and attuning to the new Christ light. Every Christmas we get this new Christ light being born within. So, so what I want to do is talk about or actually do a meditation to bring that Christ light in, to bring the solstice light in, whatever your desire is. And also, we're going to ask Spirit for a special Christmas present this year. So it can be a Christmas present or a solstice present or whatever you like. I'm just going to adjust my camera. I'm just getting so distracted by myself. I really don't like... That's why I don't like doing lives. I get so distracted by myself. It's very embarrassing. Okay, so let's talk about, when you ask Spirit for a gift. Now, we ask Spirit for things all the time. Every time we pray, we're asking Spirit for help. We're asking Spirit for gifts. Thank you, Stephanie. I know. I'm razzle-dazzled by my own reflection. Hi, Kaldiani. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so when we ask Spirit for a gift, we need to every year on my birthday and every year on Christmas, I ask for a present. And what that present is completely and totally and entirely up to Spirit. So I'm not going to ask for any kind of anything, any kind of anything in particular. I'm just asking for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. And I suggest you do this because it can be a total mind-blowing experience. Sometimes it can be kind of passive and boring, or, maybe you even miss that you got a gift because it's so subtle, but you will get a gift if you ask for one. So when you ask for a gift this year, ask for a gift of your spirit guides choosing. And that will really help a lot. I'm sorry, I keep moving around because I'm not satisfied with the framing here. Anyway, so so that's going to help a lot. So just like when we do the meditation, we're going to bring in the light, and then we're going to ask for the gift, and then we're going to do a reading on that and see how that changes things for us. So any questions, anything you'd like to know about this before we get started? I want to do the meditation first, whereas before we did the meditation after. But I'd like to do the meditation first because I think it's because we're going to, and then do the reading because we're going to see what is coming, what we're letting go of, and what is coming. This is the tipping point of the year. Now, in earth-based traditions, the new year actually starts on October 31st or November 1st. So this is like the beginning, the end of the new, or the end of the death cycle of the earth and the beginning of the growth cycle of the earth. Anyway, I hope I'm not rambling too much. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, if there's no questions, then let's do it. So everybody go ahead and get comfortable and just take a moment to breathe in your nose and blow out your mouth. We're going to do 3 cleansing breaths just to get centered and cleared. Long, deep breath in your nose and blow it slowly out of your mouth. Get your body as comfortable as you can. And another long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And just take a moment to breathe gently in and out of your nose. We're going to relax your mind and ask your spirit guides to help you clear out any and all energy that doesn't support your highest good right now. Nice, gentle breathing. Tune into your body and make sure it's completely comfortable. And now we're going to invite your guides to help you release what is no longer serving you, and we leave it here in this time so that we can embrace what is coming. And your guides can move your energy field so easily. So as you're breathing gently in and out of your nose, know that spirit can shift your emotional energy field, your mental energy field, your soul level. You're also going to be able to clear what's in your physical body. You're going to support everything that you need to come in to help your energy to heal, to help your well-being, all levels of consciousness. Just breathe gently in and out of your nose. Very good. Okay. So we're going to ask your spirit guides to create sacred space around you as we begin the solstice meditation. Good. Okay, now we're in sacred space, just you and your guide, and we invite your spirit guide to take you to the place of light. So you're going to follow your spirit guide. Guide might take you by the hand, or you might float through the ethers. Whatever it is, whatever it looks like, allow your guide to lead you to the place of light. This should only take a moment. And once you are there, take a moment to watch or look at or absorb what it feels like, what it looks like. Take a moment to get to know this place of light, this sacred space with you in spirit. A place of light can look like anything you like. Now here you're going to take what's troubling you, what's burdening you, what's worrying you. Imagine that it becomes an object in your hands. And see what it looks like when it becomes an object in your hands, what your worry looks like, what your anxiety looks like. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? Does it feel strange? What does it look like? Once you have a really good sense of what that is, hand it over to your guide and watch what your guide does with it. Once you hand it over, it's no longer yours to deal with. It's no longer your burden to carry. It is no longer your worry. Now your guide returns to you and offers you a gift to heal that which was burdening you, that was worrying you, to heal it fully. Accept that gift and allow that healing to take place. What does it feel like in your body when you no longer have that worry, when you no longer have that burden? And what does it feel like in your heart when you no longer have that worry? When you no longer have that burden? And how does it shift your mental field, your mind, when you no longer have that worry, when you no longer have that burden? Give thanks. We're going to ask your guides to keep you fully protected at all times, to create a bubble of light that protects you from any and all energy that is not yours. Keep you clear and grounded throughout the week of the many different things we all have going on for the holiday. Now you have a beautiful bubble of light around you to keep you protected. Okay, so now we're going to ask Spirit for a gift. So you can ask for a gift for tomorrow's solstice, or you can ask for a gift for Christmas. Take a moment and ask your guide to bring you a gift of their choosing. Just telepathically ask them to bring you a gift of your choosing, of their choosing. And now you're going to let that go. You're going to not think about it again. You have asked. You're not going to wonder what they're bringing you. You're not going to even have any kind of thought about it. We're going to leave it completely up to them to bring you what you desire, or what they desire to bring you. Sorry, kind of hard to shift into their choice. But they have to, as you know, as I've talked about before, they have to have you ask in order for them to do that. So you have to ask them for anything that you want from them, because otherwise they can't do it. That's the law. That's the sacred law. So just take a breath now. We're going to ask them, give them thanks, and bring you fully and completely back into body, into this place and time. And there we are. So take a moment if you want to make a note about how this felt for you, and how this and how this worked out for you, or any visuals that you saw that you want to remember. Okay, good. All right, now once you're done with that, we're going to do readings on what you're leaving in the past and what you're bringing into the solstice with this new energy coming in. So tomorrow there's an influx of energy, and you want to leave negativity behind so that you can bring it in. I forgot to get my cards here. So I forgot to bring my cards to my desk. Give me a second. Which ones are I going to use? Okay, well, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play with Cat Tarot. So there. Okay. So what you're leaving behind. So who would like to go first? Oh, hi, Sita. So I'll do you first, Sita. So we're going to do what you're leaving behind in 2025 and what you are embracing in 2026. Although we're really starting tomorrow, what's being released by tomorrow. And then what you're going to bring in this week. Yes, Jean Kaliani. Tamika. I kind of love your name, Tamika. That's why I sing it. Okay. Let's go. And Micah. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked the meditation. Thank you. I was a little distracted by my beauty, as always. Okay. So I'm going to go in order. Jill, do you want a reading, or are you just saying hi? Listen, my tarot class people, I haven't gotten, like, I need to know what you think about tarot class coming up, if you're going to join again or not. And also, Marge, I need to know if you're going to continue in mediumship class. So, calling everybody out today, since nobody's answering my text messages. Okay. Let's focus back on Sita. Hey, Sita, what are you leaving behind? Now, I may or may not show you the card because these are very silly cards. Micah. All right. So what you're leaving behind, Sita, is the Three of Wands. And that is kind of in this particular card, it looks like holding on to one idea. Okay, it looks like holding on to one thing. It looks like you're holding on to something that you think should be happening that isn't happening. And that you need to let go of that. That's what you're going to be letting go of. I will show the cards. Okay, Stephanie. And what you're bringing in is possibility, potential. So now I read cards intuitively, so if they don't really jive with what I'm saying, you can also read them intuitively and see what you get from it. But Sita, this is what you're leaving behind. The Three of Wands. This is the Cat Tarot. So my other tarot deck is too far to reach right now. And I don't feel like getting up and showing you my bum. And then what's coming in? This is the Nine of Wands, which is possibility. Because, like, look at all this yarn, number one. And then, taking a hold of new potential, new possibility. So whatever limitations you think you have that are keeping you from doing things in the future, let those go. And you are only embracing new potential. So kind of enter the new year with a clean slate. And that's going to help a lot. Okay. I hope that helped. Also, as you are aware, I don't know you're here unless you put a message in the chat. If you can't message in the chat, it's probably because you're not signed into your Google account. So I'm not on Facebook or anything right now. I'm not getting messages anywhere else right now because it'd be too distracting for me. And I'm already get distracted enough. So I'm going to, though, post if you want to put a tip or a gift or anything in my Venmo or Cash App, that would be most welcome. So now then, let's see. Sita, next is Micah, and then Jean. Okay. So what is Micah leaving behind in 2025? And what is Micah bringing in 2026? Oh my God, have mercy. Wow. Oh my. Okay. So what you're leaving behind, you're going to celebrate this, is your absolute stubbornness. This is the 5 of Swords in Cat Tarot. And there's a lot of, oh, thank you, Marie. Oh my goodness. Marie's here. Yeah, this is what you can see, the attitude. Look at that catitude right there. That's you in 2025. But what you're getting in 2026 is the 7 of Pentacles. And that is playful times bringing abundance. Very nice. Yes, so you're going to have playful times that'll bring abundance. See, that brings all the food when you play. So a lot of play will bring you abundance in 2026. Yay, Micah. I didn't know you were such a stubborn little kitty cat. That was terrible. I'm glad you're letting that go. Okay. So, Jean. And then Kalyani. So what is Jean leaving behind? Let's see. You have such a bright light, Jean. I just cannot emphasize that enough. Oh, looks good to me. You're leaving behind. This is the 4 of Pentacles. And to me, it looks like a little bit of stuckness, a little bit of indecision, a little bit of you have things, but you're not quite sure what to do with them, or ideas or opportunities, and you're really not sure how to utilize your resources. Yes, Stephanie, you're on the list, by the way. So, and then so you don't really know what to do with what you have, and what you have feels like a limited resource. But what you're bringing in 2026 is the King of Swords, which is you know what to do. Like, you're going to be directed in new directions. You're going to find new interests, hobbies, things to learn, classes. It's all about learning and experiences for you in 2026. So taking more charge of your life, being the king of your life kind of idea. So there you go. I hope that helps. Okay. And next, there's a lot of opportunity. They want you to know that there's going to be opportunity for new dynamic in next year for you. That doesn't seem possible right now. Okay. Kalyani. Let's see. What is Kalyani leaving behind, and what is she bringing in? Kalyani. Aw. I really like this card. What you're leaving behind is the 2 of Wands. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm going to read it for a second. Decisions. You're indecisive about which direction to go. You usually, this, obviously Wands is career or spiritually. I feel it's definitely more about, taking a job, not taking a job. All those possibilities. And what you're bringing in something you already know. So this is what you're leaving behind. The kitty doesn't know which one to play with, which one to, which way to go with this. Too many toys. And then what you're bringing in, though, is very much like Micah. The more joyful your experiences, the more abundance is accessible to you. Thank you. The cat tail. I got it last year for Christmas. So this is, so be playful. Do the thing that brings you joy, and money will just fall out of your toy. That's the way it is. Okay? Good deal. Okay. Next is Tamika. Yay. Thanks everybody for sticking around. It really does help to have people watch live, and obviously, following, subscribing, and all that stuff, because I do get lost in the ethers of the massive internet and all the readers and all the psychics that are here. So I just so love this community, and I love working with you. And it's such a joy to show up and have other people come too. Okay, for Tamika, what are you leaving behind in 2025, and what are you bringing in 2026? Okay, you're gonna love this card. And then, okay, hold on a second. Oh, okay. You're leaving behind this crazy feeling of have to do it all. This overwhelmed and intense, like you are so intense that it, almost like you want to do so many different things, and there's so many different facets to your life that it becomes chaotic. And so they want you to know that the chaos is going. That's your 10 of Wands. Isn't it so funny? This is like the funniest card to me. That's you in chaos. You have to get all the leaves. Kill the leaves. So you're leaving this feeling of chaos behind. I'm not saying any of that stuff will go away. You'll just, have a smoother transition with it. But let's see what's coming in 2026. I don't do reversals, by the way, you guys, because they confuse me. I get so mental when it's reversals. So I don't use them. Anyway, and here, this is what's coming in. This is the Moon card. And what I like about this is there is a sense of superiority. Hi, Lotus. I don't know who you are, but I'm sure I do. Thank you for being a new subscriber. That's wonderful. Merry Christmas. Tamika, this is you. You're the cat. Okay, you're calm now, and you're in charge of all those voices, all those, yes, all those, things that you've been having trouble managing, whether it's your ADHD or, anxiety or something like that. All those things you've been having trouble managing, you're going to be able to manage in 2026. So no more chaos. Everything is, your dog and your wolf and your primordial brain are going to be under your spell. You will control them. Okay? So be relieved and embrace it. Thank God for sure. That's why I don't read minds, you know. Some minds are a little chaotic. I don't want to know. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Stephanie. All right, Stephanie, you're up. Let's see what you're leaving behind in 2025. Numbers are hard when you're being psychic. What are you leaving behind 2025? And what are you embracing in 2026? This is good. I love these cards, and I know I'm laughing, and you guys don't know what I'm laughing at, but you will soon see. Be patient. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oops. This is what you're leaving behind. It's the 3 of Swords. And it usually has to do with painful things. It can. Sometimes it's about bringing knowledge by heart. But it looks to me like this little kitty cat chewing up the hearts is saying that love will no longer be a struggle. It's not going to be, hard. There's like a lot of pain involved in relationships. And that's what's leaving. Let's call it that. Yes, that's it. There are no more pain in relationships. So the pain that you've had in relationships over the past year, which have been plenty, I'm sure. You have a lot of people in your life. And they're all that pain, the struggle in relationships is going away, basically. The pain, the struggle, the difficulty, the miscommunication, the annoyances, all that's going away. That you don't need that anymore. Now, what you're getting is, this is this is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so if you know in the regular deck what the 9 of Pentacles look like, but for me, this is kind of a new energy that really supports you. That you have all that you need, and you have the kind of relationship you want. Although, a bird in a cage, whatever. Your relationships will calm down and be manageable and not be chaotic. And that goes for all of them. So everything's going to be kind of go into a space where you feel more confident, autonomous. I'd say in command, but you're not really ruling over someone, and you didn't put them in a cage. But the energy is such that it's easy to manage. I hope that makes sense. I wouldn't go too far all over the place. But it's going to be a good year. But what came up was relationships. So when things get easier in your relationships, things are easier in your whole life because you're not spending a lot of time and energy in areas that are just a waste. Okay. So, who is next? So, did everybody there, I guess? March. Hey, and then Jill. Hello, Griffin. Marvin and Ada. Yes, Marge, your turn in the spotlight, which you are perfectly suited for. So let's see what you're leaving behind in 2025. And what is coming in 2026. Sorry if I take a little long shuffling. That's the way I do. All right. Ready, girl? Okay. So what you're leaving behind in 2025 is the Star card. Look at this little troublemaker. Okay, that's you being the troublemaker, but also having the guidance. Like the cup didn't really spill, but it's precarious. And it's almost like you feel like there's so I'm focusing in on that intuitively, and it feels like this past year, you've been a little on edge, like something bad's going to happen. You're anticipating something bad happening, and it's really kind of draining your energy field. And so we're leaving that behind. No mas. Oh, yeah. I thought that looked familiar. That definitely looked like your guy. Marvin. You're not leaving Marvin behind. I don't believe. Talk about that later. Anyway. And then what you're getting is a new lease on life. Now, I know I talked about this card being chaos just a few minutes ago, but for you, this is a new joyful experience. For you, it is like the kid jumping in the pile of leaves. For you, it feels like, running naked in the sunshine. For you, it feels like some kind of new freedom and opportunities and, releasing of the heavy burdens of life that you have been anticipating over the past year. So we're going to let that go, and we're going to bring in all this excitement energy, all this super playful, fun energy without any of that fear dragging you down. Yay. Yay, Marge. You guys are getting great readings. I mean, not great because I'm great, but that's obviously, but great meaning good news, real good news about what you're leaving behind. So I'm super happy about that. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, Jill's next. So what is Jill leaving behind in 2025, and what is she bringing in 2026? Okay. So what you're leaving behind is an interesting visual versus the card. It's a little different. What you're bringing in. Okay. Let's do this. So the Knight of Pentacles is what you are leaving behind. And I want you to look at how this little fellow is like, where's my bowl? That guy's got a bowl. Where's my bowl? And that's exactly what it feels like you're leaving behind. Like asking the universe, like, where's mine? What's my thing? Where's my thing? Where's my food? Where's my toy? Where's my direction? Where's my, waiting for your turn, I guess it would be. Something like that, waiting for your turn. You're leaving that behind. You're no longer waiting for your turn. Okay? And thank you. You're Kalyani. You're so cute. Okay. And then you're bringing in the sun card. Look at this guy. It's funny how that laying on his back. He's laying on his back like a cat, who's sunbathing. And how he is really just soaking it in, soaking in the rays, soaking in the love. I would even go as far to say that you're going to be getting a lot of a spotlight on you. And this spotlight on you that, will really be your, next level of being visible in the world, of doing your work more, getting more attention, and you just kind of soak it all up. Just let it come in. You don't really have to do any more work. You don't have to learn anymore or practice anymore or whatever. Just soak it up. Let people love you and admire you as you snooze in the sun. The sun card is so cool. You're right. Okay, let's see who's next. I have to scroll down a little bit. Whoop, boop, boop. Okay, so let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So wait. So it's Tamika. So Tamika, if Marge is on for class, then we're going to continue class. I'm just waiting to hear from Marge. She's driving me crazy for not answering. And okay, who's next? If I missed you, I need you to say so and ask again for a reading. I am just making sure I got everybody. I didn't get Lotus. I don't know if she left. So hold on. And Ada, do you want one? I don't see. Yes. Okay. So I got Ada, and I think that's all. Oh, oh, okay. Okay, Marge. Great. Then I'm going to, so anyway, let's just go on. Great, Marge. Yes, yes. And Ada, yes. So Ada, what you're leaving behind in 2025 and what you're bringing in 2026. Okay. This is interesting. So what you're leaving behind, we saw this card already, the Two of Wands. But in this case, it looks like you're leaving behind something that you really care about. And it's going to be a little difficult. But it's not for you anymore. So it's not for you to, so it's something you love, but you need to leave it behind because it's not your, Like, I don't know if it's a job you love or a person you love or a place you love, but it's something like you don't want to let go, but it's time. And you can feel it's time, but you still don't want to. Those kinds of things happen, right? So, but what you're getting is a lot more in exchange. So, when you leave that behind, there's going to be much more opportunity for you. Yeah, it could be that for sure, Ada. Um, but there's a lot more, you have a lot more energy to do a lot more things. You have a lot more joy in your life. And it's going to be easier than you think. It's going to be worth it. And you're going to think, how could I have hung on that long? You're going to think, boy, this really made my life easier. And look at all the fun we're having now that I let that go. I kind of love this card. It looks like they're on the beach, playing on the beach. Two little kitty cats. This is the Five of Wands. But to me, the focal point is the two little kitty cats. So you're not alone, and there's just a lot to play with. So, a lot of mices on strings. What could be better? So, very cool. Very cool, everybody. Does anybody else have another question or anything you want to ask about, etc.? Comments? Good. I'm going to go ahead and put the little gift post there if you're interested in tips, gifts. Again, subscriptions, likes, and shares even, because this will be replayed. So you can actually go back and listen to the meditation again if you couldn't get into it or you had trouble with it. You can listen to that again. You can share it with friends, obviously. How can tarot do word of the year? Oops. Hold on. Sorry, something came up. How can tarot do word of the year? Well, you can just ask your card to give you a word and just see what comes into your mind. That's simple. So let's just ask tarot in general. I mean, it's a 10-year or a 1 year. And if you relate it to the tarot, the first card of the tarot, the number 1 card is the Magician. So that's a tricky card. Or it's also the 10. So that is the Wheel of Fortune. It's also a tricky card. Big change. And, it just depends on, what comes to you intuitively when you look at the card. But so most people relate the tarot number to the, numerical total of the year added together. So that's how they do it. But if you want to pull a card for you, what's the word of the year for you? That'd be a good exercise. Definitely. I might be doing a New Year's Eve live, or maybe the day before New Year's Eve live. I'm not quite sure yet. Depends on how my schedule looks next week. But I could do New Year's readings in a different way then. So I hope you can make it. And as always, join my Substack, janet.substack.com. You can do all those things, and I appreciate you. So you can also email me if you want to be on just my direct email list instead of joining Substack or anything like that. I usually send out announcements for when I am doing classes and new articles come out or lives. That's it. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks again for being here. It was my pleasure and honor and joy to do this. And we will, yes, get all dressed up for a New Year's Eve reading. Yes, you'll have to all wear your tiaras and sparkles if you come. Definitely. And I'll wear my pajamas. Thank you guys so much. It's been so fun. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you have done and supported me throughout the whole year. And it's been a blast. Thank you again. Take care, everybody. I don't know how to end this. So